guys, what is up? My name is Meaghan and welcome back to Book Talk with Meg, and welcome to today's video, which obviously is Christmas themed, hence why I'm filming beside my lovely Christmas tree. So, today I'm bringing you guys my December TBR, but more specifically, my Tistheseasonathon TBR. Tis the Season is a readathon that is hosted by Heather at Bookables and a bunch of other amazing creators, which I will link everything you need to know about them and the readathon in the description bar. Also, if you guys weren't aware of this readathon and want to participate, the dates for this readathon are from December 2nd to December 8th, I believe. It is a week-long readathon starting on the Monday and ending on the Sunday, obviously. This is a Christmas-themed based readathon, which was my favorite readathon of last year, so I'm very happy that the lovely ladies brought it back this year. Also, important to note that it's my vacation week on that specific week, which is great, so I will be daily vlogging my entire experience. So if you're not subscribed to my channel and you want to see the daily vlogs, do not forget to subscribe. So without further ado, I'll mention the different challenges and the books I plan on reading for them. Some of the books are actually at my parents' houses where I will actually be during my vacation week. I'm going to house sit for them while they go on a tropical vacation. So the first challenge is to read a book with snow on the cover, and as I do every year, I'm going to read Dash and Lily's Book of Theirs for this one. It works. I believe every edition that ever came out of this book has snow on the cover, so I'm pretty sure it covers it. If you guys don't know, Dash and Lily's Book of Theirs is one of my favorite holiday books. It's written by Rachel Cohen and David Levithan, and it follows obviously Dash and Lily, and Lily hides this notebook. I am still blanking on if it's a library or in a bookshop, and basically the aim of this book is to find a boy who wants to fulfill the dares and ultimately get to Lily. And so we follow Dash on his journey when he finds the notebook, the romance, and also it's set in New York City, so there's all the New York City vibes at Christmas time, which if you haven't been to New York during Christmas time, it's the best time. So there's that. I'm going to read that, and I also want to read its sequel / companion novel, The 12 Days of Dash and Lily, which this one I am aware has no snow on it. I just want to mention it is also part of my TBR. This one follows Dash and Lily 1 year after the events of the other book, so basically we follow them on the next holiday season. The next challenge is to read a holiday themed book, and for that I'm reading a holiday book for the first time ever, which is super exciting, and that is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. I've heard so many great things about this book. I will need to go get a copy of it, but I'm really excited to be reading it. This is a Scrooge retelling, and I'm sorry for my voice, I feel like I'm losing my voice. As I was saying, this follows our main character who has been visited by the ghosts of the past, present, and future, and she still doesn't change her ways. So in all Scrooge-like manners, she obviously passes away, and she becomes part of this Scrooge program and becomes a ghost of the past. And she then visits people who are changing their ways as well, and I think it's going to be very interesting. I've heard so many great things about this book, and obviously since it follows a typical holiday story, it counts as a holiday-themed book. The next challenge is to read a book you received as a gift, and for that one I'm going with We Didn't Ask for This by Adiel Sad, which is an ARC that is coming out in April of 2020. Obviously, this being an ARC, I was gifted it by the publisher, my lovely contacts at HarperCollins. Adiel Sad is one of my favorite authors of all time, and so I kind of email his publicist every time a book comes out, and I was lucky enough to get his new ARC. This one follows a lot of, I believe they're multicultural students at a high school, and every year this senior class has a lock-in night, and it's all about them achieving their dreams and kind of finding out about who they are and whatever as they all sleep in the high school. I think this is going to be a lot of different plot lines intertwined, and we're gonna deal with a lot of heavy topics as we usually do with Adiel Sad. He is an author from New Mexico, and I feel like we don't get a lot of authors from that region and from that perspective and the cultural differences, so it's always really interesting to read about his books. To read the stories he writes? I don't really know how to phrase that. The next challenge is to read a book while eating one of your favorite holiday treats, which will probably end up being gingerbread cookies or hot chocolate. I don't really know, but depending how my reading is going, I might double up on this challenge and read one of the books I am talking about during my TBR, or if I really have time, I would like to read What Light by J. Asher, which I have not included in my TBR but is also a holiday book. I knew more about the synopsis of this book when it came out. It is a few years old, but I remember it has something to do with a main character whose family owns a Christmas tree business and how it impacts her Christmas spirit and her life around the holidays and her relationships and all that kind of stuff. It looks sweet and very much Christmassy, obviously, because it includes Christmas trees. The next challenge is to read a book with a book title relating to music. The lovely ladies who are hosting this readathon have mentioned that it could be something with the book title being the title of a song. It could be that music is part of the plot. It could be reading about a musician, like a biography. It's really a flexible challenge. For that, I went with a reread of Listen to Your Heart by Casey West, which if you guys have not been following my channel, you wouldn't know was my favorite book of 2018. Because I love this book so much, I do want to go back and annotate it because I didn't expect to love it this much. If you guys want to hear my full thoughts on why I really love this book, obviously I will link my review of this in the down bar, but this book is very special to me because it's one of the first times that I actually connected this strongly with a character. This follows a character named Kate, who is really like an outdoorsy girl but doesn't really like socializing with people, which is kind of like me in a nutshell. And she especially loves everything that revolves around the water and the lake, and we follow her as her friend kind of like coax her into joining this podcast in her like class selection, like I guess an election for a class, and she does so, and it's kind of like her journey about her choosing the podcast topic, which makes her a host of a podcast and everything that kind of goes with it. We follow her friendships, her kind of like love for the water, the podcast, and a relationship all intertwined. I really love this book, and I went for Listen to Your Heart because that is obviously the name of a song that I feel like everybody knows. So yeah. And the last challenge, and one I'm probably most excited about, is the buddy read, and the buddy read book is 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston, which I have had this book, I believe it came out in October, and I've been putting off reading it ever since. I feel like this has the potential to be one of my favorite books of the year. It follows the holiday season, a family, chaotic dating. What do you want more? This is the story of Sophie, who just before holiday break goes through a breakup, and when she gets to her family reunion, which I believe is in Louisiana, her family sets her up on 10 blind dates. So that's it for my TBR. As I mentioned, I don't really know what I'm going to read for the rest of December. It's kind of going to be more mood reading, so I haven't really picked any specific books for it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys are reading in the comments, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye guys!